Answering data science questions, part 1. Please help me understand why SQL is important when R and Python exist. I have heard on multiple occasions that SQL is an important skill and should not be ignored even if you know Python or R. So SQL is a language to query a database. So this is how you get your data. And then you're going to use Python or R to do your analysis, your modeling, your plotting, whatever. So SQL is really important to have because that's how you get your data in the first place. And also, a lot of the methods you are going to use, for example, if you're using pandas with Python, a lot of those methods come from SQL. They have the same name and the same logic. So really, knowing SQL can only help you in your work. Answering data science questions, part 2. How common is R in industry compared to Python? I come from mostly a background in academia where R is a tool of choice, and I don't really have much experience in data science outside of that scope. My understanding is that Python is more popular, but is it like 90% Python and 10% R, or is it more balanced than that? In the industry, Python is definitely the dominant language for data science. And without falling for the old debate between Python versus R, I think it's simply because of a reason that Python is very flexible. You can do a lot of things with Python, okay? So you can do your machine learning with it, you can do your deep learning, you can develop an API, you can develop a web server. There is so much that you can do with Python that in the end, that's why it kind of ate up, I guess, the shares versus R in the industry. So definitely in your case, I would try to focus on Python a little bit. And you're lucky because most of the things that R do, Python can do as well. So it's going to be very easy for you to do the transition. Answering data science questions, part 3. Should I aim for a job in data science or data engineering? Let me explain. Basically, you have some kind of an application that is gathering data, okay? And that raw data, it has to be transformed or processed into a format that is more manageable. So the data engineer, its role is to take that data and build the architecture and the pipelines that takes it from its raw source into a format that is more manageable. And then the data scientist takes that transformed data and uses machine learning, statistics, mathematics to do some kind of analysis or do some kind of predictions to inform a decision down the line. And so that's really the difference between both roles. And so I would say data engineering is more code heavy, I would say. So there are more software engineers really building code that is scalable and robust. Data scientists, we're problem solvers. So we use code, but also statistics and machine learning to answer some kind of a business question. Answering data science questions, part 4. I have crossed the beginner stage of data science. I know basic R, Python, and SQL, and I want to dive deeper. Where do I begin? Well, you are at a stage where you should just be doing some kind of a project to develop your data science skills and intuition. So really, go on the internet and find yourself a data set. So you can go on UCI Machine Learning Repository, you can go on Kaggle, Papers with Code. You can also look for government data like NYC Open Data or Statistics Canada. So go there, get yourself a data set, find a target variable and start making, some kind of predictions, analysis, whatever. It's really going to help you, to hone those skills. And like I said, develop your intuition and it will just make you a better data scientist. Answering data science questions, part 5. Should one add certificates to their resume if they are looking for an entry-level data science role? My friend has just graduated his master's in electrical engineering and he's having a tough time finding jobs in data science. This is a good question because I actually graduated from chemical engineering and transitioned to data science. So adding your certificates to your resume, of course, it's good, it's a plus, it's a good idea, why not? Even more important though is showing projects, okay? Showing that you took a data set, that you analyzed it, worked the data, developed a machine learning model, and then that you actually show, your thought process through the entire project. That has way more value on your resume. So focus on doing projects, show your code on GitHub, highlight that on your resume, and that will have way more weight than a certificate.